good hello and welcome back to Star Trek Resurgence. This is episode 5. Last time we met with the ancient Takon, Portal 6-3, and learnt a little bit more about the fact that the Takon were multi-factioned, and the one that's trying to take over is actually a renegade faction. And on the other side of things with Carter, we managed to eject the warp cores from the ship, and then we're continuing from that point. That's about all that happened last time, I think. But it's getting really interesting. I mean, it's been interesting the whole time, but it's getting to that point where it's like, ooh, answers are coming up.
There's so much I want to ask you.
There's so little I can tell you. I'm a portal, not a scientist, but I'll certainly do my best. I can only assume this is one of your older starships. One would think, given the importance of your mission, they might send a ship of a more recent vintage. But, apparently not.
The Resolute is primarily a research vessel, if that's what you mean. Not a warship.
Although she has been known to hold her own in a fight.
Against what?
Something wrong?
Not at all. The galaxy has grown more diverse since the days of the Takon Empire.
Because you conquered everyone who didn't look like you.
To the contrary. Most lesser civilizations willingly join the Empire to enjoy the benefits of an advanced way of life. But that expansion came with its own set of problems, so I admire your ability to diversify without creating conflict. That was always our challenge, and perhaps, ultimately, our downfall.
The Federation prides itself on its inclusiveness. I'd say it's one of our greatest strengths.
As the Vulcans say, infinite diversity in infinite combinations.
Interesting. I'd be curious to meet one of these Vulcans.
I like this.
If this is the best you have, then so be it. To locate this scion, Galvan, I'll need full access to your ship's systems.
Full access?
Huh. You must be out of your mind.
No, I'm right here, completely in my mind. Given this is merely a research ship, I won't be able to find him without it. Perhaps I should have made that clear up front. I'll need to make certain modifications.
I can't promise anything, but let me see what I can do.
Just know, without it, I won't be able to help you.
This isn't gonna fly.
I'll see you on the bridge. Captain Solano, I'd like to introduce you to Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takon Empire.
Pleasure to meet you, Captain.
Likewise. I can't say I've ever met a portal before. There is no modern equivalent. Not within the Federation, at least.
We are incredibly lucky that Portal has agreed to join us.
Your first officer makes a very persuasive argument.
So I've noticed. You spent 600,000 years at your post. That certainly takes an uncommon level of dedication.
We all have our duty.
Of course. But I'm curious. You were stationed there in preparation for what, exactly?
Any and all threats to the Empire.
An empire that no longer exists. Which suggests you weren't very successful.
Dude!
You said you needed my help. I didn't come here to be insulted.
Yeah, that was
Perhaps that was a mistake. I'd be happy to return to Delphi Ardu at any time.
And we do need your help. Absolutely. And we are grateful that you decided to come.
And your captain has an odd way of expressing his gratitude.
I'm merely curious where your allegiances might lie. And clearly it's with the Takon.
Yes, Captain. You have found me out and exposed my true loyalties. to the Takon, not to the Scions of the Flame, who do nothing more than tarnish us in name and reputation and don't deserve to be called Takon. That's why I'm here. And if you'd be so kind as to give me access to your ship's systems, we can get on with it. And you can stop wasting my time.
Access to our systems? That's completely out of the question. Tell me that's not what you promised. We're vulnerable enough as it is. And now we're supposed to give him access to everything?
Captain, I understand your concern, and I don't necessarily disagree.
Ah, now I understand your reluctance. I never imagined offering to help would be met with such ignorance.
If you're not enjoying your visit to our ship, we'd be more than happy to let you wither away back on your pathetic little rock.
Captain?
You clearly do not appreciate the magnitude
You are an
of
idiot,
the threat the
Captain.
Science pose. So myopic is your focus on your own ego.
Oh, I chose
I will
that
not
option
believe
because I thought it would lead
Until they
to...
have been found.
It was not
Commander
clear
Ryder,
what was going to be
A
said.
word.
Look, you are an idiot, Captain. I chose the option I did because I thought it was going to be the best diplomatic way to do it.
600,000 years for this.
We need to give him access.
You realize that's supposed to be in an incredibly difficult position. I was against seeking him out from the start, but now, to give him access to our systems? It's insane. And you somehow expect me to believe his allegiance is with us? You heard what he said in there. There's no way we can trust him.
I might otherwise agree, but you're missing the most important point. He's a Takon, and he may be loyal to the Takon, but not to the Scions of the Flame. He's against everything they believe in. You heard what he said.
There's too much at stake to be wrong on this.
We sought him out for a reason. To help him find our missing crew, Galvin, and those Elydian ships. This is the plan we agreed to with Ambassador Spock.
Which I never liked. But here we are. You know what this mission means to us. Not just for the Federation, but for me
So
personally.
you wanted to
I
succeed.
can't afford another screw-up.
Well, stop focusing
Losing
on
the shield algorithms was bad enough. This could be the end of my career.
We'll take every precaution to make sure we get what we need. I'll keep a close eye on him myself.
I appreciate that. I'm going to trust your instincts on this one. I just hope you're right. For both of our sakes.
I have to play diplomatic with this arsehole.
Let me know if you find anything.
Because otherwise we
We're good.
won't get what we need from
You
the
may
captain.
begin.
I will, of course, have to make a few modifications.
What kind of modifications?
To find Takonian technology requires Takonian technology. If this Scion Galavan modified his ships, then I must do likewise to yours. The galaxy is nearly infinite in size and complexity. This may take a moment.
Moment.
How
I
long will it
found
take?
something. There you
Really
are.
was a moment. Okay.
What is it? Galvin?
Someone is using Takonian technology. I can't get the precise bearings, but it's located in the Palisades cluster.
I'll let the captain know. Rydick to Solano. I think Portal may have located Galvin.
I'll be right there.
I'm getting all kinds of interference. Almost impossible to lock on the energy signature.
Where's he hiding?
In the Palisades cluster.
Interesting. Can you lock in on the location?
Not until you get me closer.
Lieutenant Handar, set a course for the Palisades cluster.
Aye, Captain.
Well, I suppose I owe you an apology. You were right after all. That's what I get for questioning the advice of my first officer. You always have my back.
No apology necessary. Your concerns were valid.
Nonetheless, I should learn to trust your instincts, which were absolutely right.
Okay,
Nice work.
maybe we can turn this guy around to be a half-decent
Will do.
captain. Eventually.
What's wrong?
I didn't want to say anything until I was certain.
But the reason for the interference is simple. There's a Taconian device on this ship being used to block the signal.
Well, the captain could
Whoever
be
planted it
Taconian.
was
Would make
exceptionally
sense.
clever. They knew how and where to hide it. But they have underestimated my abilities.
Engineering.
Take care of the Taconian device, and I can find Galvan for you. It's designed to interfere with all transmissions, or at least delay and confuse the effort to find Galvan's ship.
Hold on. My understanding is that Takan technology requires a Takan to operate. Is there another Takan on this ship?
Seems
The
likely.
Scions could have someone on the ship, doing everything they can to stop us from finding Galvan.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, I'll get this fixed.
The captain's
We're
the
going to
most
find that ship.
likely person for that. Which is fine by me.
Engineers would have found this device already if it wasn't well hidden. Better to rely on my tricorder.
Okay.
There's a lot of noise in here. I should scan the device putting out the most radiation to filter it out.
Well, that'd clearly be the warp core. Hello? There we
That's
go.
better. Most other radiation sources in here are well contained. There's definitely tetrametric radiation nearby. But even with the gain boosted, it's getting drowned out by other sources of radiation in here.
Okay, byproduct radiation of the matter-antimatter reaction, primarily low-frequency radio waves, free neutrinos, and acoustic kinetic technology. Okay, now, whoa, hello. I guess we're heading over here. Look at that. That's intense.
Jeffrey's tubes thump harmonics from all over the ship. I'll filter that out. There's still something drowning out the tetrametric radiation. I need to find it so I could filter it out as well.
Maintenance crawl spaces act as wave guide for ultra-low frequency acoustic and electromagnetic radiation, generally in the 75 to 85 decibel range. Caution labels mark areas of high radiation and recommended personal protection gear. Sorry, personal protection gear, not personnel. Okay, so we've ruled out the Jeffries tube. We need to rule out something over here. I guess it's behind the wall here. What is that?
A little bit of harmless radiation leakage here,
EPS.
but enough to mask the tetrametric pulses. Easy enough to cancel out. There we go. I'm getting a clear tetrametric signal now.
EPS visual inspection conduit. 6 layers of transparent alloys. Vacuum barriers and low-grade force fields contain the raw electroplasma behind these ports. Filtered radiation is primarily infrared and visible electromagnetic radiation between 580 and 1100 nanometer wavelengths. Okay, so we should have ruled out everything aside from the thing we're actually looking for now, in theory. So now we just have to look around. And there we go, over there. Unless this is the last thing we have to try and cancel the... or tune the tricorder to rule out. Okay. What is that? Crystals, it looks like. Yep, I see them.
Found it.
Okay.
Excuse me, do you belong here? Commander Rydek.
He's dead.
I'm sorry, I didn't know it was you.
Paul. Calloway, right?
He died
Yes.
on the other ship, didn't he?
You know, it means a lot that you remembered. What, are you doing back here? I don't mean to pry, but first officers don't usually go digging around engineering compartments.
I was looking for you.
Under the console?
Dropped my tricorder. But I do need your help. Have you seen anyone else in here recently that might seem out of the ordinary? Maybe someone who doesn't work in engineering.
Not that I can think of, but I can ask around.
He's dead,
I'm
isn't
here
he?
almost all the time, but maybe someone else noticed something?
Thanks, but I'll talk to Commander Chovak about it.
Okay. Well, let me know if I can be of any help. Well, I'll leave you alone already.
He's dead. I swear he died on...
Come to think of it, that Hotari woman was down here earlier with Dr. Duvall finishing the last of the bioscans.
Tylus?
That would be out of the ordinary, right?
Thank you.
Don't listen to him.
Maybe Tylus saw something.
Yeah, she might have, but don't be suspicious of her. That dude's dead. He was on the away team. Or at least I think he was. I'm relatively sure he was on the away team and he got shot through the heart. But we're not to blame. Sorry, I had to do that. My brain was telling me to.
Tylus, can I speak to you for a moment?
Of course. Is something wrong?
No.
There's something happening. I may need your help. This is important.
How can I help?
When you were in engineering with Dr. Duvall, did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Or anyone?
Not particularly. Why?
I found this, hidden in a compartment down there.
That's Taconian technology.
Yep.
Does that mean there's a Scion on board? But Dr. Duvall bioscanned everyone. Every deck, every crew member. I've seen the logs. She couldn't have been more thorough.
Someone evaded detection and planted that device.
Which would mean they've been with us this whole time. Watching, listening.
All the more reason why we have to find them.
Yeah.
It could be anyone.
That includes both of us.
You want me to get scanned? Better to know for sure, right? I'll admit, I was around the Scions as much as anybody.
You don't have to do that. I trust you.
If it makes you feel any better, it's not me, I promise you.
I know.
Yeah. I know it's not her.
But that doesn't mean it's not you.
Okay.
Clear.
Don't sound so surprised.
You spend plenty of time with the Scions as well. You never know.
Let's get to it. The search starts in engineering. Whoever planted the device most likely did it within
I mean,
the
it
last few
wasn't
hours.
her. She
So I'll
was
start by
helping
running a
way
scan,
too
tracking
much.
everyone who came through engineering over the last day, in reverse order.
This could take forever to sort through the number of people that were in
No,
engineering.
it shouldn't. Okay,
I'll filter out the duplicates.
Oh, that helps.
okay, let's,
Filtering for outliers. People who don't work in engineering.
Now this is manageable.
oh, I guess we gotta do all three of them?
Cross-referencing this list with everyone who's traveled to Hotari.
Oh, that makes sense.
Let's see who's left.
I mean, yeah, the captain.
No. This can't
Of
be
course it's right.
What?
Of the people that went to Hotari and visited engineering, it could only have been Captain Solano.
Well, yeah.
According to this, he was here while you went down to Delphi Ardu 4. Which would have been the perfect opportunity. And no one would question him. He's the captain.
As much as I hate to admit it, assuming it's true, it does explain why he was so opposed to getting help from Portal.
And he made several trips to Hotari. So they had plenty of opportunity to target him.
What happened when Dr. Duvall bioscanned Captain Solano?
That's just it. She never did.
How is that possible?
Something more urgent would always come up. There was nothing she could do. But performing a bioscan is the only way to be absolutely sure.
That's not going to be easy. First thing I need to do is get this device to Portal.
Be careful. And good luck.
I mean, clearly
I'll
it's
need it.
him.
I've found the device.
Interference is gone. I have located Galvan's ship more precisely. He's in the Usonia system.
So then it worked.
This whole region was one of the most sacred for the ancient Takan. What many consider the birthplace of our civilization. See these comets and planetoids in the
But I
outer
thought
orbits?
Calloway died,
Based
so I'm
on
very
their current
confused.
trajectory, that's Galvan's destination. And legend tells us it's the location of what was once our largest arsenal. Not that we needed it in the late stages of the Empire, but it was there as a precaution nonetheless.
We have to somehow intercept him. How long till he arrives?
Oh, he's much too far ahead of us. We'll never arrive before he does. If Galvan and the other Scions secure the arsenal, they will become extremely dangerous. My people had such power at the height of the Empire. The Takan were as gods, keeping absolute control over countless worlds.
Mm-hmm.
I must speak with them directly. However, the presence of this device is worrying. It's highly likely it was placed here by a Scion, hidden among your crew. And it is
Yes.
unlikely this interference device was the Scion saboteur's only trap.
Well, I'm not telling him
If
about
we
the
reach
captain
Galvan
yet.
and the saboteur cripples your ship, we will be at their mercy. Even my powers will not be able to protect us. Do you know who it is?
Well,
They may well do more damage if left alone. Time is not on your side.
I don't know for sure. We're still investigating.
And we're losing valuable time. Bioforming was so rare in the time of...
anyway, what we did there, let's see. Captain Solano didn't entirely trust Jara regarding giving Portal 6-3 access to the ship's computers, but found himself persuaded by her convincing argument in favor of it. Okay, and then Tylus was devastated to hear the disturbing news, but took solace in the words of assurance. Yep. Okay. Yep, that's fine. Let's see. Portal 6-3 felt slightly less offended after Jara defended him from Captain Solano's insult when they first met, but he couldn't understand why she tolerated his ignorance, and he suspected she knew more than she let on when he asked her who she suspected might be the Scion aboard the Resolute. Well, yeah, I do. Calloway's dead. He was in this list with Carter as well, and I swear he was on the away team. Or am I mixing him up with the red shirt character they introduced? Because I swear that was Calloway. Then again, I've been terrible at names in this game, so it's very possible I've mixed him up with a red shirt. Because I thought it was Calloway back in when they first went on the away team. The one that got the giant hole shot out of his chest. Wasn't that Calloway? I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I'm imagining things. Ensign Calloway was flattered to learn Jara came looking for him when he discovered her lurking in engineering, even though it did strike him as rather odd.
Empire that I am not able to detect if it has taken place. Whoever you suspect. Proof is something you will have to provide on your own.
I'll have it. Once I've bioscanned the person I suspect. I just need to visit Dr. Duval.
That's quite the claim. Told me you were worried about him. But I never imagined this was what was wrong.
I wouldn't be asking you if there was any other possibility.
That would explain why Solano has been too busy for a bioscan lately.
As the ship's doctor, you have the authority to declare him unfit to serve.
Well, if you're right, this is the worst case scenario. Challenging your own captain is a tall order. you sure you're prepared for this? If you fail, that's it. The end of your career. Maybe your life.
I don't know if I would be on my own. But with your support, I'm sure we can do it.
That smooth talking may come in handy. I'm in. But we can't pull this off with just the two of us. I technically have the authority to make Solano undergo a scan, but in reality, he can and will refuse to do it. We need at least another member of the senior staff to support your claim. Or this could all blow up in our faces.
Okay.
You better think long and hard about who you can trust.
Well, I trust the science officer. If I'm gonna trust anyone, I'll trust the science officer. Are they trying to go to warp with only one warp core? On a ship that usually requires
one
four?
reactor. I thought we'd be stopped dead. At least stuck at impulse power.
The Takan enhancements must be able to brute force limited bursts of warp output.
Gee.
But they won't get to wherever they were headed at this rate. They're just limping along now.
So where does that put us?
Maybe I can answer that.
Okay. Let's see, what have we got around here? Find a way around. You know, that's fine. That's just walking. There we go. Over here and interact with this console. What have we got? Star map. Anything else? Nope, just the star map. Okay.
I got the ship's heading.
They've changed course. Drastically.
Looks like they're headed here. The Usonia system.
Okay.
They might stop there.
Can we use the Zeldi's comms to signal your fleet?
Comm systems are locked.
Grab hold!
Okay.
Oh!
Gee, they're really trying this, aren't they?
The inertial dampeners can barely keep up.
Of course they
Keep
can't
forcing
keep
this
up.
ship to make these short warp jumps. They're going to tear it apart.
Zeldi is still made by Lydian hands, despite all this Takan corruption. It will hold.
And we just gotta stay safe until Starfleet can find us.
Okay. How would they find us? Why would they think to look here?
Your people. Is there somewhere you go when you die?
Life after death? No. On my homeworld, some people think they can cheat death in a way by joining with the Trill symbiont. But that's not a life to me.
No, that's fair.
What about you? Is there another plane of existence for you? With every passing battle.
I believe there's an afterlife.
You do?
Yeah.
Then you should understand this. My people have a special journey. When Lydians die, we rejoin our comrades, family, and ancestors.
On the parade grounds of Cirella?
That is just one part of it, but yes. Death is not the end for us. So, even if some part of Itasca remains, by letting the Takan use her body, at best we are delaying the inevitable next step for her. At worst, we are leaving her as a prisoner in her own mind. You want to save the transformed. So do I.
Now that I've seen it happen, does it make me a hypocrite to say he has a point? What if we can't get them back? We can't leave them like that, right?
I think Itasca would want to be released.
I know it's awful to think about, but if they're still alive, we can still try to help them. We lose that option once they're dead.
I had a sister, a twin. It's very rare among the Trill.
That I did not know, that twins were rare among the Trill. Okay, Edsalar felt encouraged by Carter's hopeful attitude about those who have been bioformed. Major Arminta was pleased to hear Carter shares his views on the
Never
afterlife.
told me that.
She was one of the youngest hosts to ever join with the symbiont. A sentient creature that lives in our body.
Yep.
It's considered a great honor.
Yep.
The symbiont can bring centuries of knowledge and wisdom to the host. But sometimes, the symbiont personality suppresses the host entirely.
No.
My sister was the closest person in the world to me. I knew she would be different after joining. But she drew more and more distant. The room we shared growing up was foreign to the both of us. And eventually she, or whoever she'd become, cut me out entirely. So I left for Starfleet and swore I'd never go back. I couldn't stand the thought of seeing her. Someone who looked like my sister.
You should try to see her again. When all this is over. Maybe things have changed for her after you've been away for years.
I couldn't go back. Not now.
You remind me of Itasca.
I do?
Bonds are not made by what runs through your veins, but the blood you spilled together. Itasca was my family in that way.
Right.
I want you to know there is nothing I won't sacrifice to win this fight.
I understand that.
But if we're lucky enough to survive, I'd be honored if you'd count me as one of your tribe. As Itasca was.
Even a couple of engineers like us?
I don't need to wait that long. We've bled together. No one else will know what we've been through. That makes us a tribe. Right here.
I'll take that.
Will they not cease this madness?
What the hell is this comet?
Is that the Veskar?
Another one of yours?
Not anymore. They've corrupted it, just like the Zeldi.
Now there are 2 ships. Did this just get better? Or
worse? A lot worse.
Certainly doesn't bode well for the crew of the Veskar. So many lives stolen.
We're really at the heart of this fight now. We just gotta figure out what we're gonna do about it.
This doesn't look like the Aphelion. What are they doing here?
You don't think they're just meeting their buddies?
Maybe, but then why are their buddies here?
Prepare for transfer.
The storm! It's back! What happened?
Hold on. Scanning. Disrometric radiation is dropping. The Zeldi's dropped to minimal power levels.
It's running off just the one warp core now.
That means...
They've sent the Cartabula to that other ship.
Then we have to go to the other ship. Clearly. Mutiny on the Resolute.
Something wrong, Captain?
No, nothing's wrong. In fact, I was just going to call for you. I'm needed down in engineering. The bridge is yours.
Yes, sir. Speak to the science officer. I think. Hang on. Ultimately, he was thankful when Jara defied Captain Solano's orders and made her own command decision in the moment. Look, if we need a senior officer, getting the commander here would be a good idea. Commander Ermont's respected rational approach when she defied the orders. Appreciated efforts to explain the complexity to Captain Solano. Ermont! No, not her. So either him, who I keep forgetting the name of, Westbrook, or Ermont. I think you...
Commander Westbrook, a word, please.
I'm busy here, so let's make it quick.
Yeah, he's the best option.
What's this about?
The captain may have been compromised. I have reason to believe he's been bioformed, and is now actively working against us.
Come on. You can't be serious.
Someone is sabotaging the mission. They planted a Taconian device in engineering. Captain Solano was in engineering while we were on Delphi Ardu 4, and he purposely evaded Dr. Duval's bioscan.
That's ridiculous. I just spoke with him a few minutes ago. He was as normal as ever. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have work to do.
Listen, I know we've had our differences, but I need you to hear me out on this.
What evidence do you have to even support this preposterous claim?
I'm working on that.
Right. You've rarely put your trust in me before. Which, ironically, only makes your story more believable. Clearly not looking for whoever is most likely to go along with you. If you go through with this, and you're right about Solano, you'll be the new captain of the Resolute.
I hoped I would be captain someday, but I didn't want it to happen like this.
I'll have your back, but you damn well better be right.
Yeah, I think he was the best choice for that. Okay, so let's see what that updated to. Despite his initial Despite his initial skepticism when Jara confided her suspicions about Captain Solano, Commander Westbrook understood that she was compelled by circumstances beyond her control. He was the one who was the best option.
It's now or never.
Well, ask for the bias.
Captain Solano.
Commander Rydek, we need to talk about... Doctor? What brings you to the bridge?
Just a bit of housekeeping. You owe me a bioscan, Captain.
I don't have time for that right now.
It will only take a moment. I can't put this off any longer.
You can, and you will. All you'll find is that I'm quite reasonably under stress given the circumstances, and you aren't making it better. I'll find you in sickbay when I'm good and ready. Or, if you're gonna stand in the way of the mission, I can find you in the brig instead.
Please, Captain.
Denied. Remember your station.
The crew looks to you for guidance, Captain. It may seem like a nuisance, but it would set the right example.
What is this?
We need you to comply with the scan, Captain.
That's enough. Drop this. All of you. I'm giving you a direct order, Commander Rydek. Stand down and go back to your post. Now. Do not make me tell you again. I've been a starship captain since before you were in the academy.
This is for your own good, Captain.
This is for your own good as well. Security to the bridge. Arrest Commander Rydek. Take her to the brig.
On what charge?
Conspiring with the enemy and mutiny.
Captain, please reconsider.
I've given my order.
This is not Captain Solano. He's been bioformed. He's a scion.
You're out of your mind.
Commander Rydek has proof.
He sabotaged our efforts to track Galvin with this. He planted it in engineering while we were down on Delphi Ardu 4.
Lies! Perpetrated by the only Takan in our midst, Portal 6-3. He's actively trying to divide us from within.
Captain Solano has refused to be bioscanned because he knows it will reveal he's a scion.
Take her to the brig, or I'll do it myself. Oh!
Wait! Stand down! That's an order!
What is the meaning of this?
Well,
everyone hold until we get answers. This cannot happen on the bridge of a Federation starship.
I can prove I'm right if you just give me a chance. If I'm wrong, then I will face the consequences.
If you're wrong, there's no coming back from this.
That's fair.
I'm going to settle this once and for all.
Commander Rydick was right. Captain Solano has been compromised. He's been bioformed into a Takan.
As the Chief Medical Officer of the USS Resolute, I am relieving Captain Zachary Solano of command.
Take him to the brig.
Well,
I don't know what to say. I'm stunned.
We all are.
Well, there's no going back now. You are, rightfully, the captain of the Resolute. And I'm with you from here on out. I need you to know that.
I've always wanted to be captain of my own ship, but I never imagined it would happen this way.
I don't think anyone could anticipate something like this. But you learn from one of the best. And you'll be one of the best. I know it.
okay. The other two are not happy with my decision there. Lieutenant Bedrosian was insulted when Jara chose not to confide her suspicions about Captain Solano before confronting him on the bridge. I chose the best person. Like, if I could only get help from one of them, then it needed to be Westbrook. Why? Because Westbrook was the most suspicious of me, which means that he would understand why I went to him, which is exactly what happened. Okay. Westbrook understands she was compelled. Yep, in the aftermath of the confrontation, once Jara became captain, Commander Westbrook couldn't help but be struck by how humble and grounded Jara was in light of her new position. Commander Ermont was deeply disappointed when Jara chose not to confide her suspicions about Captain Solano before confronting him on the bridge. Look, I understand, but you shouldn't be too upset. Like, I had to choose one of them, and I chose the one who was the most logical. It's not like I would have gone for all three of them, because that would have been the better choice. But if I only had to choose one, I needed to get the guy on side who was most against me. Let him know that I'm really looking out for the ship. That's how this goes.
Set course for the Usonia system. Maximum warp. It's time to face Galvin.
Yes, Commander. Sorry. Captain. On your command.
Make way.
Nice. Look, I get why they would be upset with me. I really do. But I needed to do the right thing there. And that was bring the other guy, the scientist, on board.
We're taking fire!
Red alert! All hands to battle stations. Shield status.
Set to maximum, but with the algorithms compromised, they may not do much.
Captain, that other Elydian ship is here.
The Zeldi?
We're outnumbered.
Captain, your orders.
Evasive maneuvers.
Evasive maneuvers.
Aye, Captain.
Protect the crew first and foremost.
The Veskar's warp engines are powering up.
Okay. Return fire.
Our warp engines are offline.
Shit.
That must have been their goal. They didn't want us to chase the Veskar.
According to my readings, they also took the Cartabula with them.
Okay.
They're not breaking off. We have to destroy the Zeldi before it destroys us.
With Diaz and Edsalar still over there?
They'll need to evacuate.
Okay. How do we get them back?
Come on.
I almost have it.
They gotta know we're here. Hurry. You got it?
Got it. Diaz to Resolute.
We read you, Diaz.
3 to
This
beam.
is Ermot. It's good to hear your voice. Is Edsalar? Is she with you? Everyone wants to know.
Yeah, we're both here. We're both okay.
Very good, Petty Officer.
Can you get us out of here?
I can't transport you out while the Zeldi's shields are up. Our phaser fire won't even get through. Is there another way off that ship?
We'll find a way.
Whatever you do, you'll have to be quick about it, because we can't give you much more time. We can't evade the Zeldi forever.
Understood. Diaz out.
Okay. I don't know
Get out of
if
here the old-fashioned way.
evasive maneuvers was the right
Lydian ships have no escape pods.
We can leave out that cargo bay we transported to before.
in a cargo
And there's the
container.
vacuum of space to contend with.
Those freight containers. Maybe we could use those to make an escape pod?
Is that even possible?
We're gonna make it possible. Unless you have a better idea.
Let's go.
Nice.
I've polarized the hull plating. That should allow us to take a few more hits.
Well, that's all they had back in
Enemy
the
phaser
NX
impact
days.
dissipated.
Heading, Captain?
Attack pattern beta.
Attack pattern Beta 3. Circle around that asteroid and come back firing.
Aye, Captain.
Zeldi, in range.
Fire.
Fire!
Zeldi's shields down to 82%.
Okay, we have to retract.
We're doing damage, but they're hitting us right back. We'll run out of hull before we penetrate their shields.
Perhaps I can be of assistance.
Yes.
I can modify your impulse engines to amplify their meager output and avoid more of their attacks.
Agreed.
But I will need full access to your propulsion.
You can have
This
it.
goes against dozens of Starfleet regulations.
It's not a security risk if the alternative is destruction.
To me, it's simple. You can take this beating and hope you can weather it. Or will you put your trust in me? I've left everything behind for you. The least you can do is put your faith in me.
Commander Ermot, give Bortle access to the propulsion systems. You're going to have the ship in your hands. Don't let me down.
This will take a moment.
I understand why Ermot is apprehensive on that, but okay, come on, give us what we need here. We need the boost. There's still probably some sort of explosive or something on the ship that the captain left behind, right?
Your ship has let up its fire.
That gives us some time.
All right. One of these freight containers should do the trick.
Be quick.
Okay. We need
one big enough for all of us to fit inside.
Which would
Something
be
we can make airtight.
that one.
Damn it.
Wait, this will hold
Not
up in a
this one.
vacuum.
Okay, well then this one.
Here we go. This'll work.
Okay, let's go.
That's great, but it's not airtight yet.
No problem. We'll just seal it up.
This container is extremely heavy. Even with the containment field open, it won't leave the bay quickly. I'll find something to accelerate our exit.
Okay, let's cut this open. Or seal it shut, rather.
Glancing blow. Very little damage.
I cannot keep this up for long.
Their phaser banks are recharging. Now's our window. We have to strike back.
Then we strike.
I agree.
Their next barrage could be our last. Better make this count.
Target their weapon systems. Take the teeth out of their bite.
That could make them run. Just like the Veskar, we'd lose Diaz and Etzelar again. Hit their engines. We've already lost the Veskar.
We need to protect ourselves first.
Target their propulsion systems. I don't want them going anywhere.
Targeting their engines.
Yeah, look, we're not losing our crew members. Now, maybe we wouldn't, but...
We gotta move it now.
These will give us the push we need.
Those are explosives.
We'll ride the blast right out of here.
Nice.
All set.
I'll set the containment field to deactivate, and then run back. We can detonate by remote.
We'll need to seal the doors from inside the container once we do.
Before all the air sucks out of the cargo bay.
Okay, well then we need to do this quick, guys. Let's not lose our friend. Get in here. Good.
Just a few more moments.
Hurry!
Seal it now.
What are they doing in there?
I'm sorry. Seal it.
Please, help me.
No. Let the Khan get what they deserve.
You can't.
Need to die.
I don't know. Can we really leave her?
Look at her. She's
Fine.
not a threat. It's now or never.
This ship can't fly. Sidron set it to self-destruct. Please, Amenta.
Oh,
It's not her.
no. I know it's not.
Carter, we have to seal the doors.
Don't leave me.
Get this lifeboat off the ship before Sidron blows it all to hell.
One chance. We know it's not her, but we need to do this.
Hurry!
We need a chance to recover one of them. I don't know if this will work. But, okay, so on Carter's front, Major Amenta was caught off guard when Carter rescued a tasker aboard the Zeldi, but ultimately he respected the decision. Etzelar could not help but be relieved when Carter showed compassion and saved a tasker aboard the Zeldi. Look, if we have a chance of recovering him, we need one to study.
We see the cargo bay containment
One
fields
who is somewhat
deactivated.
compliant with the study.
And you should know, the Zeldi is set to self-destruct.
If we do enough damage to the Zeldi first, it'll prevent the self-destruct sequence from completing.
We can't wait any longer. We have to fire.
Agreed.
Captain, they're almost out of there.
We need to act fast.
Hold all fire! Get out of there, Petty Officer.
Look, maybe not the greatest decision, but they were delayed already.
Done!
Ready?
Detonate!
Now fire at the ship.
We're out.
I have them on sensors. Tractor beam activating.
Locked on and ready to fire.
Fire.
Fire!
Right, did we prevent the self-destruct or not? I don't know.
Tractor beam's locked on. We have them. They'll be pulled into the docking bay shortly.
There's something else. I tracked a transporter signal to the planetoid moments before the Zeldi detonated.
Sidron.
There's a Takan structure there. It's the reason they were here. It's the reason we are here.
Right.
Now.
I have to see it for myself. We'll go there together.
I had assumed as much.
Is this the Takan arsenal Galvin was after?
Legend says this region once held the sacred mysteries of the Takan Empire. Our greatest treasure. Our most fearsome technology.
I want a full security detail. Westbrook, Bredrosian, you're with me. Mr. Ermont, you have the con.
Wait. You're not the first officer anymore. The captain is supposed to stay with the ship.
You do have a point.
Surprised Lieutenant Bedrosian didn't raise that first.
I thought Captain Rydek knew what she was doing.
That's the protocol. But it's also a captain's prerogative to break that protocol.
I suppose it is.
We'll deal with the first officer vacancy when we return. Until then, Mr. Ermont?
Yes, Captain.
Everyone's suspicious of everyone now. Which is not great, but understandable.
Any sign of Sidron?
Not that I can see.
High alert, everyone. The enemy could be anywhere. Follow my lead.
Okay.
Let's make this a short mission, all right?
That's the plan.
Well, it's your call to come down here. Still not sure I agree. But I respect the chain of command.
Look, I don't know who would be a good first officer.
Phasers should make quick work of the ice.
Yep. It should, which is why we're using it. Okay, holster, and then we can duck. I don't know why you need to holster to duck. That seems insane, but whatever. Apparently we forget how to duck our heads when we're holding something in our hands. Okay, get through that bit of ice. Look, who should be first officer? I don't know. I barely know either of them. Ermont is good. Like, I understand both sides of it. I would like them each to make their case.
Is this another Takan vault?
It looks like it.
I don't see a way in.
Vault in the mines was already open.
There must be some way to activate it.
Portal, can you open it? It is a Taconian vault.
I thought you'd never ask.
I mean, that's logical. The other options are insane.
You're welcome. Better to keep it simple. Sometimes the answer is staring you right in the face.
Thank you. Definitely easier this way.
Okay. Was there an atmosphere here? Like they just took their helmets off. Were they wearing spacesuits because of the cold? Okay. Let's see. Find Scion. Sidron. Okay. Let's get moving, because there's nothing in this room. As interesting and magnificent as this hallway is, we have more pressing matters.
Spread out. Let's see what we can find. And stay on high alert. We don't know where the Takan that beamed down here could be.
Spread out? Why are we spreading out? They could have more injection devices to implant to bioform. Last thing we want to be doing is spreading out.
You will need my help, Commander.
How so?
Traversal here is trivial for a Takan, but only a Takan. When you come across a device you cannot use, merely call my name.
Will do. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, investigate the vault. Well, let's start by saying something.
Do you know what this place was used for?
Yeah.
It feels familiar, but I'm not certain. The Empire was vast. I did not know every corner of it.
That's
and
fair.
Much was built after I became a portal. However, Takan would not build such a place without something precious to protect.
Whatever that is, we have to find it before Galvin does.
Okay. Now the other thing was the Captain Solano took Jara's actions as mutinous when she confronted him on the bridge and asked him to submit to a bioscan. Look, I'm sorry, but if a captain's refusing to do that under medical orders, under their own protocol, then there's an issue.
This pattern resembles the transporter device Petty Officer Maris used to escape the Resolute. Portal 6-3?
You wish to make use of this device?
It's a transporter of some kind?
It allows Takan to move through space instantly a short distance. Very convenient. I will activate the system for you.
Where does it go?
I'm not sure. The markings here must be from after my time.
Well, only one way to find out.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I don't want to go on that yet. I want to explore what else is around here. You want to tell me why you would make a good first officer? No? Okay. Let's see what's down this way.
I should look elsewhere.
Okay, never mind. Apparently we're not going down that way. We really can't talk to you, Westbrook? No, apparently not. We really can't talk to you either? Probably not. No, you're just gonna stand there. Look, You may not agree with my methods, but you can't deny I have the best interests of the many in mind. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. This one. And then, well, there's only two options here. That'll take us over there. And then we want to go the far side because it makes the most sense here. Never mind, it does not make the most sense. In that case, we go to this one. Where am I? That seemed to work. Okay. Use your tricorder to collect data. Okay, but first we look around without it. Because... Can we walk through this? No, of course not. Okay, tricorder time. There is something to scan over here. There's nothing to scan there. Okay.
Soil. Just soil.
So
it's not from this planet, nor any planet in the Federation database.
And requires further investigation. Okay. Well, I can't do further investigation. It won't let me. Extremely high particle density, impassable with current Starfleet technology. Extremely high particle rate, impassable with current Starfleet technology. Contains vast amounts of Taconian data, contents unable to be translated? Okay. What are we missing then? Something else to scan around here. I'm not sure what it is. Can't scan that. That's no longer green. Anything on the floor anywhere? No. Well, shit. What are we doing here then? I'm confused. We scanned a bunch of things and it did nothing for us. There's nothing else to scan, is there? Scan... No, we scanned the dirt. We scanned that. That apparently counts as the console as well. Okay. Do we leave now? Oh, never mind. We can now interact with it.
This is soil from the homeworld. Our capital system. This isn't an arsenal. It's a temple of the ancients. Sacred ground to the Takon. I took my oath as a guardian of the Empire in a place just like this.
Okay. Well, then you should know how to interact with this in theory.
You cannot imagine the look of pride in my parents' eyes as they said goodbye. Forever. Sorry. This is the first I've seen of anything new from the Takon Empire in a very long
That's
time.
fair.
I'm sure you're familiar with the feeling.
Yes.
That sense of loss. I thought I was ready for it. But it cuts to the core of your being.
I totally understand that feeling. It's unavoidable and inescapable no matter what you do.
Yes, it's that distant but familiar feeling that's forever just out of reach.
Okay, and how did he feel about that? Portal 6-3 appreciated Jara's empathy when he was overwhelmed by the feelings of loss inside the Takon vault. Why is my eye
Can
playing
you
up
use
so
this
bad
to find
right
out
now?
more about what Galvin is after?
The information's encrypted. I can only discern that it's a warship. No.
The warship.
It's the Aphelion. Perhaps the most powerful Taconian ship ever built.
Right.
I can't access the full file, but looking through the ship's schematics, it appears to be equipped with some sort of experimental, highly advanced transporter technology.
Transporter technology? For what?
Captain, you better come see this.
Okay, where are we going? Okay, back to Carter? No, not to Carter yet. Okay. Descend. We've been blocked in? No. I don't know why I thought we had. What are we seeing here? Bedrosian?
There are more up ahead.
From the looks of it, I'd say someone left in a hurry.
Probably right around the time we showed up.
They were grabbing a whole bunch of them. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Could they transport on board the ship without us knowing? Because if so, that's a problem.
I've seen these before. In the other vault. And if all of those are the same as this, then there must be
Hundreds of millions, if not billions. All that remains of the Takon civilization. Distinct person, encapsulated in crystalline form, preserved for all eternity.
Given the size of this vault, there must have been tens of thousands of these cases, representing billions and billions of Takon.
A threat on a truly massive scale. One your Federation can't easily contend with. What you have to understand is, these life forms were preserved for the benefit of the Takon civilization. As a means of safeguarding the health and well-being of any Takon, should they fall prey to illness or injury. They were never intended to be used for this purpose.
There you are wrong. This was always their purpose, to restore the glory that was lost.
Yeah, we need answers before we shoot.
Congratulations on your first victory in battle, Captain Rydek. You killed a great many of my compatriots, some that I've known for millennia.
But not
Are
all.
you proud of how much death you've caused?
No.
Each Takon life is precious, irreplaceable. Centuries of knowledge and culture, lost with each one you murder.
Your friends died because of you. If you hadn't attacked us, there could have been a peaceful solution.
I've seen the kind of results diplomacy gets in this era. You can hardly blame me for wanting a quicker result. Thankfully, I don't have to convince you of anything. We'll all be on the same side soon enough.
You can't just bioform whoever you want. Not without a fight.
Ah, but that's just it. There won't be a fight. In fact, most won't even know what's happened. One minute you're standing there as you. The next, you're standing here as one of us.
He's talking about mass transformation. That's what the Aphelion was built for.
The transporter. It'll reconstitute your DNA and bioform you into a Takan in the blink of an eye. This is what they'll use as ammunition.
Right.
In a manner of speaking, yes. Of course, that's the simple version. But the end result will be the same.
Your time has passed. The Takan Empire is gone.
Only to be reborn better and stronger than it ever was. The Aphelion is on its way here as we speak. Now it's only a matter of time. You can't delay that which is inevitable. Which makes your next decision fairly simple, brother. You are, after all, a portal.
I am.
Your sole purpose is to serve as a guardian of the Takan Empire.
Yes,
but you stand here surrounded not by your fellow Takan, but by members of the Federation. By people who deny our fundamental right to exist.
No.
You swore an oath to protect the Empire. And I can only assume that's why you're here.
There is only one true Takan here, and that's Portal. You're a scion, a disgrace to the memory of the Takan, brought back through unnatural means.
I only tolerate your presence so long as you continue to amuse.
This is fascinating.
Which side are you on?
Come on. You've seen me trust you at every step of the way. Surely that has to sway you.
Captain Rydek, long-range sensors suggest a massive spacecraft approaching in the distance.
The time has come. I hope we speak again, brother.
Estimated time to contact, 6 minutes and counting.
We can't stay here. We have to get back to the ship.
And we have to preserve these souls. We must take them back to your ship.
Those crystals are ammunition to be used against
They're
us.
people!
We have to destroy them.
No,
And
not
by
a
the cycle orbit.
chance!
I'll decide, once we're safely aboard the Resurgence.
We are not destroying them.
Forward to transport.
They are memories. They might be used as ammunition, but that is genocide, girl. Not a chance. We are not destroying them. We are not committing genocide.
You have to hear me out, Captain. I lost my eyes because of you. And still, I've always stood by you.
Yeah.
But if you bring those things on board,
then you have to
I'll
resign.
have no choice but to resign.
If they're taken to the Aphelion, they will be forced into new bodies, brought back to life in a way they never asked for.
They're not living beings, but they're still dangerous. And if you don't make decisions to protect us, we're gonna end up like Solano. You, me, the entire crew. We're all next.
No. I'm not committing genocide, you insane person.
2 minutes and counting. It's headed straight toward the vault. The Aphelion is coming into view now, Captain.
Screen.
Okay. It's time that we defeat them. Okay.
Arrival at the second vault in less than a minute.
We can't commit genocide.
I would remind you, those life forms are Takan, not science. Takan.
Yeah,
They're
Bedrosian,
not
if you
for
resign,
anything.
that's on you.
History will judge you for this moment.
We are not committing genocide.
Transport the storage crystals aboard the Resolute.
You want to resign, you resign.
Did I hear that right?
That's an order.
storage crystals are on board in our cargo bay.
Thank you. I won't forget this.
Yeah, you wanna...
I hope you realize what you've done.
Yeah, not
we
committed
don't need another
genocide.
captain who's gonna risk our lives just to feed their ego. This ship and this crew come first.
Lieutenant.
She has to hear it.
This isn't about me. It's our duty as Starfleet officers to protect life, wherever and however we find it. And I couldn't let them fall into Galvin and Sidron's hands. I had to do it this way.
And to think, I used to look up to you.
Well, maybe you should pay attention. Lieutenant Bedrosian was enraged when Jara transported the Taconian crystals from the vault to the Resolute and refused to accept her explanation that it was duty that compelled her.
The Aphelion is targeting us, approaching rapidly.
Was there an explanation I could have given that you would have listened to? You know what? Out of pure curiosity, I want to know if there is an explanation that she would have listened to. So we're going to go to the main menu and jump back in, because I don't think there is, but I want to find out. That's the reason. Oh, really? We have to redo all of that. Okay, I'm going to skip ahead. Okay, we're pretty much back where we were before. I got through all of that. It was no way to skip any of it, so I figured just skip through ahead for all of you. Let's see if there is an option she will accept as a response. I'm just gonna choose a different one to last time, and I'm gonna choose it according to what sounds like the most likely she'll respond to. And if she still doesn't, screw her! I have done the right thing each and every step as far as I'm concerned, and if she can't see that, then she can piss off.
I would remind you, those life forms are Takon, not science. Takon. They're not your enemy.
Right or wrong, history will judge you for this moment.
Yes, it will. Transport them aboard.
Transport the storage crystals aboard the Resolute.
Did I hear that right?
That's an order.
Now you can listen to a secondary explanation, and if you don't accept it, screw off.
The storage crystals are on board in our cargo bay.
I can't believe you're arguing genocide.
Thank you. I won't
Bedrosian.
forget this.
Okay, now let's see what he thinks. He was internally grateful when Jara transported the Taconian crystals from the vault to the Resolute.
I hope you realize what you've done. We don't need another captain who's gonna risk our lives just to feed their ego. This ship and this crew come first.
Let's try We Need Portal.
She has to hear it.
We need Portal on our side. I'm not going to jeopardize that when I don't have to.
So you jeopardize the rest of us.
Oh, you can...
And to think.
Right, yeah, piss the fuck off, girl.
The Aphelion is targeting us, approaching
I
rapidly.
hate that response more than the other one. I didn't do it for Portal, I did it for because it's the right thing.
Get us out of here.
Where, Captain?
Anywhere but here. Now!
I wish I'd stuck with my original guns and chose the original response, because, nah, she can just fuck off. Okay. Now we're at the end of the chapter, but I think that's a good place to leave it. Yeah, so, you know what, Bedrosian, chose to put the relationship with Portal 6-3. Okay. I'm gonna go back to the first response I had, if it's even possible. But I'll do that off camera. This is where we'll pick up next time at this scene, because that original response is kind of what I wanted to go with. I just wanted to see if there was something she would listen to. Clearly there isn't. So thank you for joining me. Have a good one. Be kind to yourself, be kind to each other, and I will see you next time. Bye.